The weirdest things happen to me whenever I do things, and that is a thing that happens to me. Do I make sense, like, at any given point in time? I never think so. I don't think so. But hey, you're here.
Let's look at the big board and see all our pieces in the puzzle so far.
All of them so far. Can I please stop the music? I cannot stop the music.
I'm lost in all this shit.
Come on. Hello everyone, I'm Everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Life is Strange. Last time, we undid the changes that we did by creating an alternate timeline by saving William, Chloe's actual father, and we saw a lot of things. We saw a lot of things, and it was heartbreaking. Then Chloe asked us to end her life, and we just no, it wasn't no, and we came back to the reality where we are right now, where we started. So let's read this and hope that the music is not here for long because I can't hear it too much, and I know it's copyrighted. Alright, from Arcadia Bay Police Department to Chloe Price. Miss Price, this is Officer Anderson Berry, and since we have your contact info on a file here, we'd like you to come by the station on Monday morning at approximately 8 a.m. to answer a few questions about any information you may have regarding a recent break-in at Blackwell Academy and the fact that your car was identified in the parking lot around the same time. We'll look forward to clearing this up. Officer Berry, AVPD. That is definitely not great, not great. Examine your stuff.
Seems like a million years ago. How much time have I altered since?
A lot. Like, a lot. We have altered a lot of time ever since then. Like, a lot. Board is what we need to do.
What always makes me think of William and Chloe.
Yeah, but they don't have much more now. She used to have plenty, but now it's not like that. And of course, yep. That is a thing. We can sit again, but is there any different, reflections
Welcome
that
back
we do?
to the
Or...
real world, Max.
Nope, I don't think so. No more reflections. Max, get up. Get up, you butt. Get up, you butt, and look at the peeker. We're gonna read
This is a serious expose on Prescott's.
The Great Northwest. The Prescott's Pan Estates, Heaven or Hell by Craig Kennedy. The name Prescott may not mean much to you or to those outside the edges of a small coastal Oregon town, but this is a name that means quite a bit in Arcadia Bay, a quaint town seemingly stuck in time. Once home to a prosperous fishing and tourism industry, the town has been seen much better days. Better paydays, despite the local success of the prestigious Blackwell Academy and its football and swimming teams, the Bigfoots and the Otters. Environmental changes to the area have reduced the amount of fish and other sea life, resulting in a stagnant economy and limited tourism. Oddly, the Prescotts have managed to keep their business interests quite profitable. In fact, they're behind an expensive exclusive housing development known as Pan Estates to be built into the deep forest near Blackwell Academy. Local Native American groups have already filed various motions against the development, citing widespread destruction of tribal lands and natural resources. Oh, well, yeah, goodbye Prescotts. Your good fame is going away.
Every piece of information.
Right, not every piece of information has to be helpful in order to, exhaust.
Staying up all night
It's
is the
just
best
information
excuse to drink lots
that you
of
have in your
coffee.
brain. Staying all night is the best excuse to coffee. Take a picture of Chloe. Yes, please and thank you. I do want that. And I want to look at it immediately. Thank goodness for being back with Chloe, and she didn't even notice. But that's the first one, Ambient. That's the one with the window behind it that I was trying to look for in the alternate reality. So no photos on the alternate reality. None of that. We got nests of birdies. We got whales. We got windmills. We got cute little squirrels making a heart. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff that we can work through on the second to last episode.
Yes, Chloe Price was here.
Oh no. Yes, Chloe Price was here. Obviously she was here. And she is still here. Let's go. Examine the board. I want to make this as least stressful as I can for myself. It's not really a super hyper connected thing, but it is a board.
It's so far away.
I didn't get any new
We
information.
have to do 3 main things.
Not at all.
Right. What things?
1. Decipher Frank's logbook. 2. Get Nathan's phone to find out where he's been during the Vortex Club parties with Kate and Rachel. And see whatever hidden shit he's got in his messages.
3. Beat Stepdouche Dan until he tells us about Frank, Nathan, and the dark room. Too bad I don't have a gun anymore.
The dark room, yes.
Yes, that's the solution. We'll have to do this on our own.
Dude, at least let me kick
Without the
his ass,
gun.
then rewind. Fine, whatevs. It's your power.
Which I can't waste on shit like that. Or Blackwell would be in big trouble.
You
Alright.
didn't even let me take that money to pay Frank off.
And I'm glad. We have to be better than that.
Yes.
I know.
Yes, that's what I'm
You
talking
should
about,
get busy in
Maxine.
the garage to see what dirt you can dig up. I'm gonna cyberstalk some names and see where that leads. Or to who. And be careful of Stepcrack. He's not gonna be a
Of
happy
course.
camper after you reamed him yesterday and Mom is giving him the boot.
I'm on it, partner.
Alrighto. Is he gonna be there, like, at
I
all?
can't
I really
abuse
don't
this
want
level
that.
of my rewind power. It's way too dangerous, and
Right, exactly, without messing
no.
too much with everything.
poor
Oh,
little bird
Birdie!
has been trapped in here.
Oh, but nests, right? That means nests? Can I power switch on? Are you... Oh, Birdie. Hello. Scare him away from here. Lead me to your nest. I wanna... Or somewhere else. I wanna get you out of the house. Switch off. I really don't think there's anything else that I can examine in here. Nah. Nothing else. Just mirrors. Still hard to do mirrors back in this gen. Okay. Hey, Birdie. Let me open the window. First of all, because if I scare you any further, I fear that you're actually gonna, like,
Be free.
hit yourself. There you go. Bye, Birdie Bird. That's gonna have consequences. I would love for it to have consequences. I mean, if that little bird was scared
Since
here...
David might be in there, I better mosey along for a change.
Yeah. For a change, let's not be nosy. I actually said it correctly this time, dude. I don't know if and where the thing was, but let's go downstairs. Maybe it made the nest downstairs and we can take a picture of it there. Maybe. I don't know. It would be cool. Would be cool. Uh-oh. Nope, David's here. He didn't want to see us again, so let's not...
You won this battle, Max. You broke up my family. I salute you.
David,
Well...
I didn't try to hurt you. Ever. But I won't let anybody hurt Chloe.
And you were...
Too late, isn't it? You just better be damn careful with her. Don't you wander off into the dark.
What? What'd you... Is Joyce gonna be okay? I was
David
looking at the
isn't any
pictures
different
here, huh?
from me when he's looking at those family photos.
Right. A little bit of a stranger that's being welcomed into a family, looking in. Just doing that. Huh. Well, it's a stranger to Chloe. Not really a total stranger. Yo, Max, your friend Chloe texted me that I'm out of the loop now. She sounds hot, so I get why. Chloe actually texted you? I sure didn't have her number. Now I get why you didn't want to go ape with me. You should go with Chloe. She looks cool enough for you. I have a lot of cool friends, like you. Yes, you do. Just my luck. And mine. I have to jet. Talk to you later. Hope so. Aw, he's feeling a little bit dejected because we have a cool friend. Aw, he feels too little. He's emasculated, apparently. That's not okay, people. Don't be like that. Have confidence in yourselves. If someone talks to you constantly, it's not out of compromise. It's because they want to talk to you. So, yeah, this kind of thing is, like, it happens. I know it's happened to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know. They have better friends or they just get along better with other people. It's not like that. If people talk to you, it's because they want to talk to you. We live in a world in which we can just ghost people. And that's not okay. But if someone talks to you, it's because they want to talk to you. So, yes. And we have Courtney. Wow, we have a lot of texts. Okay, Mom, hey. Okay. Thanks for letting me gush over. Okay, yes. Maxine, what the heck is going on with the weather up there? Are they doing military tests or something? You're right in the eye of the storm. No comment. I've kept Lisa alive though through all this, so we are still safe. So Lisa, last like 3 episodes ago, I said Lisa was the action figure. Lisa is the plant. Lisa is the plant that they've been that our parents gave to us. So we've managed to keep Lisa alive. As long as you're around. Now back to the books. Talk soon. XO Maxo. That's cute. Alright, let's see Courtney. Hey girlfriend, let me know when you want to come by my room and I'll give you a fashion makeover. Oh thanks Gurney, I'm swamped with homework now, but I'll check in with you later. Thanks again for the offer. She did actually do that, right? Offer to give us a makeover for the party. That's cute. Hey Kate, I'm so glad you're okay. Okay. Max, how are you? I hope you can still visit me this week. I have some important things to talk about. Of course I'm still coming to visit you. You can't stop me. I miss you, and my bunny. We all miss you, and your bunny misses you. Yay, you are such a great friend. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you. XO Maxo. That's so nice. Justin? What? Sorry, my phone was in my bag. Hey Justin, you busy? Max, I'm busy blazing. What up? Do you know Frank Bowers? Drugs. That's it? Ask Nathan. He knows him, I think. Okay, I'm on it. Thanks, Justin. For what? We don't need to tell you anything about it. At all. Hey Juliet. Hey Max, I hope you're okay after everything. You might be busy, but feel free to call me. Hey Juliet, are you busy? No time to be busy. You never text me. What's going down? Besides everything, I was just curious if you ever heard of a guy named Frank who lives in an RV around town. You mean a van down by the river? I heard he's a sketchy meth head. That's about it. Why? Are you doing your own investigation without my help? No, just bored. Talk soon. Thanks. Okay, but you can't keep secrets from an ace reporter, Juliet Watson. Hello? As I said, ghosting. Dad, what you want to talk about? Hey honey, I just got a weird text warning me that my nosy daughter better stop watching others and look out for herself. Is this some kind of school prank? And it's from a blocked number. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Some jackass in my class thought that it would be funny to send. It's not. I don't like strangers having my number, okay? Me neither. Sorry. I'm just being a dad. I know this has been a tough week for you. It's almost over. I'll call you guys later. Love you. Okay, Dad. And Chloe. Over here? Wait, what? Listen, something weird scary is going on at Blackwell. It's time for us to put this piece together. Cool, I have something to show you. Meet me in front of campus gear. Max? Hey man, I suck again. Sorry I got in your face today and I took out my bullshit rage on my best friend. Chloe, I understand. You're going through a lot. We all are. Besides, I threw your beanie out the window and busted out my rewind. Okay, that is your one get out of emoji jail free card, but we need to stock up on cigs, coffee, and candy for an all-nighter. We have to get into Rachel and Kate detective mode. Excellent, dear Watson. I'll bring my thinking cap. No worries, I have a beanie. I'll swing by and pick you up. Sweet, I'll be ready. XOXO, and that was no emoji. Of course it's no emoji. Everyone knows XOXO is kisses and hugs. Alright, is that it? That's it for messages? That's it for messages. Okay, cool. Wait, I had not read this, so, where was it that we left off? Okay, this was the last thing that I read. Even though my body smelled like I had been doused in chlorine, it was so nice to crash in Chloe's room for the first time in 5 years and wake up next to her like our old sleepovers. For some reason, it reminded me of the time we were going to TP one of the neighbors' houses and we even snuck out of the... but got chicken and ran back home laughing all the way. I remember waking up the next day and Joyce was making one of her hellish breakfasts downstairs and delish breakfast downstairs, and Chloe smiled at me like we were in the most secret club in the world, or at least Arcade of A. We were pirates, damn it! After our academic espionage last night, I felt the same way. It's just that now the stakes are much higher and much more dangerous. I even ended up in some of Rachel Amer's clothes since mine were trashed. A band tee and ripped jeans, so not me. But I haven't found my style yet, so why not have some fun experimenting with a new outfit? Speaking of experiments, Chloe dared me to kiss her. So I did. She probably thought I was out. Why? It wasn't that big a deal, though it was cute the way she was kind of embarrassed after and she said she would tell Warren. Besides, I think Chloe sees Rachel Amer in her future. Okay. Was this the last thing I read? I'm not 100% sure. When I went down to breakfast, Joyce actually called me Rachel, which just seems so wrong considering how beautiful she is and how boring I am. I guess my new outfit really is working its magic. I ended up helping Joyce make breakfast, just like when I was a kid on a sleepover. It's odd how quickly you can fall back into an old routine. So I must have set off Joyce's nostalgia mode since she busted out the old photo album. I'm one of the few people who loves checking out old pictures. What was that Alfred Hitchcock line about film being pieces of time? Like Mr. Jefferson said, so are photographs. I do think she wanted me to see her new husband in a better light. When David was happy or laughing with Joyce in a picture, I wanted to say, and who is that? Plus, I'm sure it's no accident that there was a photo of Rachel wearing the exact same clothes I had on. She truly is stunning, and somehow looked more punk rock than Chloe. The truly heartbreaking image was the last photo William Price ever took, Chloe and I making pancakes in the kitchen. Joyce really misses that joyful, optimistic girl. I know she's still there. When Chloe smiled at me this morning, I saw her. The picture seemed to sum up everything we had as children and lost as adults. Whatever being an adult means. I wonder the exact same thing every day. Which was perfect cue for Chloe to bounce into the room and start shit with Joyce. This gave me a cruel cover so I could sneak into the garage and finally unlock David Madsen's extreme files. So today I finally found out what was in David's secret files, and I admit I expected it to be worse. I'm relieved that it wasn't, so maybe I'm going easier on him than I should. No surprise that he had detailed files on Kate and Rachel, listing her whereabouts along with surveillance pics. David isn't off my shit list yet, but he's a damn good investigator, I'll give him that. It's clear that Frank and Rachel had some kind of relationship, and I don't think Chloe is going to be very happy to hear that. She needs to start waking up. We all do. When David came home, things escalated quickly. He looked more upset than usual, but shrugged when he saw me wearing Rachel's clothes. He was so on edge. Maybe I'll never get to see the David that Joyce loves so much. She and Chloe really let him have it, though. This was the first time I saw them bond since we were kids. Suddenly, I couldn't take it anymore either, and I kind of blew up. It was like a torrent that felt awesome. I've been wanting to rip into David like that myself for a long time. I figured worst case scenario, hello rewind power, but I wanted Joyce to know the depth of his weird paranoia. She looked so sad and angry when I told her about the photos of Rachel and Kate, not to mention the home surveillance. Joyce kicked his ass out of the house. To Chloe's glee, of course. Despite David's evidence and the bracelet, Chloe refused to believe Rachel was involved with Frank. This is part of Chloe I don't much like. She gets so damn petulant if she doesn't get her way. Or if she hears something she doesn't like. Serious denial. I get why, but that doesn't make dealing with it any easier. So I threw my hands up and suggested we check out Frank's RV. I knew that would piss Chloe off and she would do anything to find out what kind of relationship he had with Rachel. But first we had to get the damn keys to the RV, which meant going into the Two Wheels diner and bouncing like a rewind pinball between Frank, Nathan Prescott, and Officer Barry, and fucking with all of them. I'm still dizzy thinking about how I pulled it off. Yay for Max. Sometimes I feel like I'm just cheating at life, which you are. The first thing we had to do was get Frank's scary dog out of the RV, so we did the classic cartoon Give a Dog a Bone routine, and Cujo became Scooby-Doo just like that. Frank's RV was pretty much what I expected drug dealer trash chick. But it wasn't as serial killer as I feared. We ransacked the place and found what Chloe didn't want us to find. I'm sorry, Chloe. Had to see the pictures of Rachel posing for Frank, even if she did care about him. To her, it's just another betrayal. Just another loved one dumping on her. Everybody she ever loved, she lost one way or another. Only I came back from the past. For what? To make Chloe's life more painful? I just wish I could use my rewind power to go all the way back to the days when we were covered in pancake flour. Life was simple. Dear Diary, let's never do the time work again. I can't even begin to explain what happened if I think too hard about the ramifications. My brain might melt. When I try to describe it, it's as if I'm describing something that happened to someone else. Chloe was so upset when we discovered that Rachel had been actually involved with Frank Bowers, and she just blew up. I can never talk to her when she's like this, and I just get so tired of having to walk on eggshells around her emotions. She still blames William for her messed up life, no matter how much she knows she's being unfair. I can't say that I wouldn't be just as messed up, not that I'm not in my own way. In my room, all I could think was, I wish I could go back in time and help Chloe, and suddenly I was looking at the photograph William had taken of us on the day he died. And it started pulsing like it was 3D, like I could see inside the photograph. Then I found myself actually back in the photo to when I was 13 years old. I was back in Chloe's kitchen in the year 2008. With Chloe and William. Right before he left to pick up Joyce for the last time. Since my powers somehow morphed to this new level of rewind, I decided that there was no way I was going to let William die again, so I played hide the keys until he had no other option but to take the bus. I was so happy I actually saved William. I never thought about what could go wrong. I knew I was screwed when I came out of my epic rewind and saw Victoria Chase, but now she was my friend, and I was a member of the Vortex Club. Nuff said. I knew I had screwed up, and then I felt sick thinking about what might have changed with Chloe. I had a clue when I saw David Madsen driving the school bus. He sure didn't look so threatening anymore. I didn't want to know how he ended up as a bus driver instead of with Joyce. I felt my heart drop when I rushed to Chloe's house, so when William opened the door, I prepared myself for the worst. That's when Chloe rolled forward in her wheelchair, paralyzed from the neck down. I didn't even know what to say, so I covered my mouth in my typical gesture of shock and stupid. But Chloe's smile was so genuine and beautiful, I almost cried. I had to adjust to everything without freaking out or telling Chloe that I actually altered time and space to save her father, but get in her car accident so she can never walk again. The thing is, she was still Chloe, just minus all the rage. This Chloe was just grateful to be alive and have her family watching over her. Chloe begged me to spend the night, and of course I did. I noticed how rundown parts of their home were, compared to before. I saw the incredible expensive equipment that Chloe now requires, including her new garage room. Sorry, David. Even though I felt awful and disconnected, Chloe was just so bubbly and excited to hang out with me again, especially since I flaked on her pretty hardcore after her accident. Even in an intense universe, I'm a shitty friend. I said intense, it's alternate, I don't care. Chloe's world was so new and unique to me, especially her strength and kindness and pain. She needed a whole pharmacy to get through the day. I didn't feel sorry for her, I felt in awe with her attitude. This Chloe didn't blame anybody for her condition, even though she had the right. We strolled down the beach and saw the beached whales that proved something bad was happening in both realities. And then Chloe asked me to put her to sleep. The accident left her body pretty much broken. Her lungs stopped working properly, and she was basically dying a slow, painful death. She also felt so guilty about her parents' sacrifice and dwindling income. She wasn't erratic or tortured about this request, just practical, which made me feel even more terrible for putting her in this situation. There was no way I was going to help my best friend take her own life. I couldn't do it, especially after what happened with Kate. I know I should have done whatever Chloe asked of me, considering I was responsible for her situation, but how could I inject her full of morphine and just watch her fade away? I know she was upset, but I just had to tell myself that this really wasn't real. After my visit to Chloe's new world, I knew it was time to go max to the future. I had seen the result of my temporal tampering and I got scared thinking my new power wouldn't even work anymore. That would have been cruel karma. Fortunately, I was able to project myself into the photograph once again, and I undid everything I had done. Goodbye, William. Again. Hello, David. Again. I've never been so glad to see Chloe in my life. The second I saw her blue hair and that beautiful pissed off face, I wanted to kiss her again. And I couldn't even tell her where I had been or why. It would have been one thing to alienate Chloe from me and the world. I had to get refocused on our search for Rachel. Chloe had been busy with her detective work while I was in my alternate timeline. That is a trip. That is a genuine trip.
Those poor whales are like beached angels. What is going on here?
Poor whales. The jar?
Looks like they're back on the road to Paris.
Back to Paris. Hopefully.
Ouch.
What's this? David, do not be here when I get back from work. I mean it. Joyce Price. Alright. Can I sit on the stool? What for? Am I gonna eat a bagel?
Somehow I existed in this whole other reality. But I don't know what happened.
Huh.
The more I use my power, the more I see how little control I have over what happens.
Yeah. But we are doing what we can with the power that we
exists
have.
in 2 or maybe 3 different realities. How can I have a destiny?
I mean,
I
I
wonder if
think,
Chloe
I
would
personally
hate me for
believe...
keeping her alive. But I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no. Maybe she hated us.
Thinking about all these lifelines almost makes my head hurt worse than the rewind.
Oh, God. I believe, personally, that destiny, or what people call destiny, is whatever you make of it. You make your own decisions, and you make your own future, and that means that you get to decide what you're going to become later. I think that we are free, and that we can think for a
vision
reason.
of a tornado.
We just have to learn how to use the power that we have in our thought in order to do that, to motivate ourselves or to get over difficult things. And sometimes we need help for that. Sometimes our minds are less qualified to do it, and we just need help, either from medication or from professionals or both. That's just the way that it works sometimes for some of us, and yeah, I just think that that's a thing. Arcadia Bay Beacon. Eco-apocalypse now. While Arcadia Bay was until now considered a quaint fishing and tourist nook on the Oregon coast, the town that time forgot is, since the beginning of this week, in the literal eye of an environmental storm. Starting with a freak snowfall, an unprecedented eclipse, dying birds, and now half a dozen beached whales, Arcadia Bay's strange weather is being studied by prominent state and national scientists, apparently including NASA. What's even more incredible than these echo phenomena is the fact that not a single meteorologist has offered any actual theory or even reason for this atmospheric havoc. It is a lot of havoc. Havoc is a
Joyce
word
must be
for
so
things.
upset. Are you helping anybody, Max?
I mean, I think so. Like, she remarried, right? And
My butterfly
sometimes...
sketch doesn't exist in this timeline. Like William.
Yeah, we undid stuff.
Max the Time
Let's
Bandit
get on.
strikes again.
Max the Bandit? Why Max the Bandit? Nothing over here. I'm kind of looking for stuff. No graffiti.
William never finished painting that wall.
Yeah. It looked pretty being a blue house. It looked pretty. If it serves any purpose, saying it. Like it actually looked pretty. Hey, playground's still here. We don't have our drawing out anymore. Now we're using it as a board to look for stuff. For clues. Oh, birds. No more birdies
Poor
then!
birds. I guess David wasn't in the mood to clean up.
Of course he wouldn't be. Of course he wouldn't be, Max. Alright, and nothing else to see out here, I suppose. Lots of bottles, too. Yep, nothing else to see. Alright, time to get back in. Just looking at the changes and everything else, it's definitely a thing. Alright, we already saw the picture. I don't blame Joyce for being upset, and everything is kind of our fault anyways, so... In the garage we go. In the garage we go.
It looks like David finished his car repairs. Maybe there's some new clues around.
Maybe. Could be. I mean, I would suppose that all his stuff is, like, gone from here, right? Yeah, I mean, at the very least the computer is not here. Email.
Should I have signed the petition? Blackwell sure isn't safe and private anymore.
From Raymond Wells to David Madsen. Despite a rather heated discussion about the successful petition to block a campus surveillance system, I am still interested in your feedback on other methods of improving Blackwell security. We must find a middle ground between safety and privacy for our students. Best, Principal
Oh, now
Wells.
Miss Grant. Twist that knife.
Michelle Grant to David Madsen. I didn't need a surveillance camera to see the suspension coming. Best of luck
At
to
least
you.
he has
Wow,
one weird
okay.
fan.
Dear Mr. Madsen, I just want to let you know I think it's bullcrap what happened to you, and this school has too many lip-dart metrosexuals who don't appreciate you or the military. I felt safe in my dorm when you were in charge, and I thought about you protecting me. I hope you will come back to Blackwell and make sure we are all safe at night. I am scared of this school. I don't blame this person, but
Wish
at the
I
same
had
time,
surveillance
there's
footage of that
different ways to go
conversation.
about things. I apologize for my outburst. Yesterday in your office, I was upset about losing my position at Blackwell without a complete investigation of the facts and based solely on the claims of untrustworthy students. There is a cancer at Blackwell Academy, and without me, it will continue to spread. Sincerely, Madsen David. I mean, I kind of
Surveillance
get you,
cameras
but at the
at
same time, I
Penn
don't
Estates?
really.
David must be working for the Prescotts, too.
Most probably, that's why he's kind of on Nathan's side. Might have been paid
There's
off.
more to David Madsen than meets the eye. He should finish this letter to Joyce.
Joyce, you know I'm not good at explaining myself or why I act the way I do sometimes. I only know that nobody has ever understood me the way you do. I would never do anything to hurt you or Chloe. Taking care of my family is my #1 mission. Yes, I overstepped bounds with the surveillance and suspicion, and I am truly sorry and ashamed. But there are dark things happening in Arcadia Bay, and I have never told you. You are my wife and partner, and I know we should have no secrets. I intended to tell you everything, but I wanted more proof. Instead, a student almost committed suicide on my watch. You kicked me out of my favorite home, and my stepdaughter hates me. Please let me. Rough draft, but, you know, communication is important, and pretty much
That
everything
makes
is
me
important.
sad. It was so incredible to see William again.
She would be so happy to see him,
wish Chloe
and
could too.
probably
Either
she would
Chloe
just
stole another
go
gun,
off on him.
or David is out there armed.
I think David is armed.
What the hell did David do for Nathan? And what did his dad do for David?
Suspicious. Sean Prescott and flyers.
I wonder if David is going to the party.
I hope not. He might be there to surveil, but I hope not. Alright, that is gonna be everything for the day. I know that I spent a lot of time reading stuff and just examining stuff before coming to the actual objective that we were told to come to. But I think it's important to just get into context, and I'm giving out my honest opinions on everything here. Even if we don't get a lot of story progression throughout an episode, I think it's just nice that I can get to comment and to give my opinions about a lot of these things. So guys, thank you so very much for watching today. I will see you next episode when we finish off exploring on the garage, and yeah, it's gonna be a great time. Thank you so very much, and I hope to see you guys here next time. Bye-bye!